What's up guys, welcome back to another Scratch tutorial. This is part 3 on how to make a knife hit game in Scratch, and in this video we'll be looking at how to make new knives in our game. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Here's Here's the code from last time, and if you haven't seen parts 1 or 2 yet, you can check them out, links in the description. But anyways, first we're going to go into the backdrops because we're going to create a new variable. So we're going to create a new variable which we will call knives. So this will be how many knives we have. So let's set it to 5 for now. Alright, so we're going to go into the log sprite, and the first thing we want to do to add more knives is we want the knife, once it hits a log, it will spin with the log like the other knives. So we can quickly just take out this for a second, and we can see it's right over here. So to do this, we're going to duplicate it, and this is exactly the same knife, but it's going to turn. It's going to be, let's say here. Also, by the way, you do not want to drag it. You want to hold the shift and then down, or you can just press the down arrow key. Because dragging it, it will misalign the knife, so it will be probably more to the left or probably more to the right. So you want it to be straight in the middle. So we can see if this works by making it go to 0, 0 once it hits the log. So we can try this. It's at knife number 2. So knife number 1, which is knife, click, when it hits a log, go knife 2, and then we put 0, and it's a little bit in the knife. So that means it needs to be down a little bit more. So we can try this. And then we switch, make it 0, and then, you know, it kind of looks the same. So we want to keep this here, and when the green flag is clicked, we're going to switch costume to knife 2, and we also want to point in direction 90, and I'll tell you why we need to do that. So once the knife shoots and hits the log, you want it to also switch to the costume, knife 2, and make it go to 0, 0. We also want it to turn. We're going to add a forever loop. Before the stop, we're going to take that out, and we're going to put a turn 5 degrees. So we can try this out. First it needs to switch to the knife costume. And once we do that, as you can see, it turns with the log. So yeah. Next we need to put the clones. So we want to, once we click, it's going to wait until not mouse down, and we'll create a clone of myself. And we are also going to change knives by -1. So instead of 5 knives, we have now 4 knives once we click. So we want the clone knives to do exactly what this does. So we just drag all of this code, and we don't need to stop the script anymore, so we just trash it. So let me try it. It creates a clone and it has a knife. So now we have unlimited knives. But as you can see, it goes negative. We only want 5 knives. So we can put an if statement. So if the knives is less than 1, which means if the knives is 0 technically. If the knives is less than 1, which is basically if the knives is 0, then we won't want to run it, so we'll stop the script. So you can keep that stop the script like over there. So we have 5 knives, and this is our last knife, and as you can see, we can't click anymore. It won't let us shoot another knife. But we want this knife to be the last knife. So what I mean is that it shoots out 4 knives, and then this remaining knife, which is the actual sprite, will be the last knife. So to do this, we want to broadcast a message, and we'll call this message something like last knife, or let's say next level, or I guess switch level. Alright, so once the knives is less than 1, it's going to stop this script, so this won't run anymore, but we're going to change it to if the knives is less than 2, then we're going to put all of this code. So we'll duplicate this and put that there. So we're going to drag this up there like that. So when we click the green flag, we use 4 knives. This is our last knife, and yeah. So also we need to put a change knives by -1, so the knives become 0. So yeah, knives are 0. So we need a way to switch the level. So we're going to drag a when I receive green flag. We're going to put a forever loop and a if statement. And if the knives is equal to 0, then it will broadcast switch level, and it will stop the script. So over here, this code will only run if the knives are less than 0. And we'll put a forever loop around that. Or I guess we don't have to put the less than 0, because we're putting it over here, or equal to 0. So we can try this out, and it looks like we have something going on. Alright, so I figured out how to do it. We're going to have to make some changes. So we're going to start off with the other knife sprite. We need to delete this, and in the knife sprite, we are actually going to make this a broadcast and wait. And we are also going to put a stop other scripts and sprite here. And also we are going to put a switch costume to knife 1, or just knife. And we're also going to put a point in direction 90 and a repeat loop. Make sure that's 1, and delete this clone. So that's in the beginning. Next, in the log sprite, we are going to delete this forever if statement. We are also going to change this to switch level and make it like that. Alright, so we're going to test this. And as you can see, we have a solid. Looks like we don't have those crazy knives spinning around there. Okay, we have the next level. Everything seems to be fine. The next level. And yeah. does kind of look like the last knife is sort of switching it. I don't know, but I think that's okay. But yeah, also finally you can change this knife so you can tell the difference between the other knives and the knife, just so you can tell. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Only a small percent of viewers who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to subscribe. It's free and you always can change your mind later. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Scratch tutorial. Peace out.